All right. Well, good afternoon. I'm Jamie Reed, Senior Education Specialist for the Oracle Applications and Technology Users Group. And now I want to welcome our presenter, Madhu Kasareddy, Product Manager with Profile Apps. Thank you so much. You can take it away.
Thank you, Jamie. Good morning, everyone, and I welcome everyone to today's OATUG session. And our topic is achieve full digitalization and compliance with digital forms and Oracle Maintenance Cloud. Quickly, we will go through the today's agenda, then followed by we will see Oracle Maintenance Cloud and how digital forms complement each other. So today's agenda is we will look into a couple of industry challenges with respect to forms and use cases of forms in maintenance and safety domains, and we will see why it is important and what are all the key features that customers should look into when they are looking for any such solutions in the market. And we will see the benefits of forms and a couple of use cases where these forms add value to customers in maintenance and safety domains, and followed by each use case and how it works in real time. Couple of solutions and the features will be showing here. So before just going to challenges, many organizations have already invested in Oracle Maintenance Cloud. So they're already using the Maintenance Cloud features. But I mean, Maintenance Cloud together, like a work orders execution, a record of assets, and preventive maintenance, and breakdown, corrective maintenance. But the real challenge is still in the last mile, how work gets executed in the field and how the data gets captured at the point of work, and how that information flows back to Oracle, which is a system of record, and whether it is coming timely in a structure, and which can be ready, or which is whether ready for audit or not. If you see the couple of challenges with the manual inspections, so I've divided this challenges both in a manual and disconnected system. So whereas manual inspections, in many plants, field teams still rely on paper forms. So which is a bigger concern when there is a system Oracle Maintenance Cloud, but the frontline execution still having a paper. If it is not a paper, couple of cases, it is a spreadsheets, emails, ad hoc checklist. The result is predictable. Forms get lost, damaged, filled incompletely, and when you use paper, handwriting becomes a quality issue, and the process becomes slow and inconsistent. And also, the bigger problem is not just inconvenience. Manual documentation creates no real time visibility into inspection status. So, there will be a lot of data inconsistency, data entry errors, while the information again retyped into another system, whereas you are capturing from the spreadsheet or a paper and you are going back to desk and entering the data into the real system. From a connected worker standpoint, paper breaks the feedback loop. The worker in the field may observe a defect, identify an unsafe condition, or complete a checklist, but that information does not become immediately actionable across maintenance operations and EHS. So these are all couple of challenges with the manual uh, inspections, which could be paper or any type of disconnected process from the back office. And the challenges when you have a disconnected systems, this is the second challenge. Even when organizations have a modern enterprise resource planning softwares or enterprise asset management platforms, inspection data is often isolated from the maintenance system, and safety workflow often live in the separate tools. So most of the times it has been observed that ERP is different, maintenance execution is different, and safety related entries, checklist, incident managements. These are in three different systems. So which creates duplicate data entry, delayed incident to action cycles, and poor visibility across EHS, maintenance, and operations. One team may know there is a problem, but another team owns the action, and a third team owns the asset history. So without integration, the chain breaks down. This is where many digital transformation programs stall. Companies digitize individual steps, but they do not create an end-to-end connected process. So these are all challenges, but what is the impact on a regular maintenance and safety and other domains within the industry or a plant? So when inspections are manual and disconnected, maintenance naturally becomes more reactive instead of preventive. Teams miss preventive maintenance cycles, asset issues are detected very late, and uh, like unplanned downtime increases, and the asset availability decreases. Over time, this drives higher emergency repair costs. So because the preventive maintenance is getting decreased, corrective and breakdown getting increased, so it will be again emergency repair costs, lower asset utilization, and weaker overall equipment effectiveness. In other words, poor data capture in the field directly affects reliability and uptime and also cost. If Oracle Maintenance Cloud is the planning and execution backbone, the digital forms become the mechanism that ensures the field actually feeds that backbone with clean, timely, contextual data. So this is with respect to maintenance domain. So let's see the impact with respect to EHS domain. I mean, environmental health and safety. I mean, this is also like one of the important, a domain within the industry. When it comes to EHS, hazard identification gets delayed, incident documentation is incomplete, audit readiness suffers, and organizations face higher worker safety risk as well as potential regulatory exposure. In many companies, the incident may be reported, but the investigation, corrective action, and closure are still fragmented. So even if the organization has the right intent, the process is slow, inconsistent, and difficult to prove during an audit. From operational excellence perspective, that is the core issue. It is not enough to record events. You have to connect reporting, action, closure, and evidence in one traceable flow. So these are a couple of pointers where you can see the impact of not having connected and uh, the system that connects both back office and frontline workforce. There are multiple challenges impact in maintenance and safety teams. So in that case, if any customer looking for digital forms, right? So when I say digital forms, it's not just a product, it's not just a one capability. This one solution can be used in many ways, which definitely I'm going to showcase at least 5 different use cases of forms. And this is not just limited to maintenance or a safety. It could be used across any department within the industry. So if anyone looking for a forms capability, which is going to complement your existing Oracle Maintenance Cloud, the key capabilities, couple of capabilities I have highlighted, not many. But one of the important thing is AI powered form creation without any coding, no configuration, and it is out of the box integrated with ERP, which is Oracle Maintenance Cloud, and offline execution. So when you create a checklist or a form or any kind of a report which needs to be executed from the field, it could be tablet or a mobile, so they can execute in online and offline as well. And when they see any observation or see any issue while executing the form, they can capture that observation then and there itself, and they can, of course, reporting, and there will be analytics will be there, and which can be further used for predictive insights. So those are the building blocks required to turn field activity into a connected operational process. What customers should really look for is not just form design. They should look for how well the solution supports guided execution, how well it works offline, how easily it links to the existing Oracle maintenance cloud work order processes, follow-up actions, and how well it creates an audit-ready record. So this is kind of couple of key features. If anyone looking for a digital forms capability on top of existing Oracle maintenance cloud. So if organizations today need an integrated end-to-end solution that connects field execution, maintenance management, and compliance. That is the real digital transformation imperative. A lot of organizations already have system of record, in this case, Oracle Maintenance Cloud. What they often lack is the system of execution at the point of work, which is in the field, which executed by mostly the frontline teams. So this is the gap the digital forms going to solve. If you think in connected worker terms, the worker should be able to receive the right task, execute the right checklist, capture the right evidence, raise the right issue, and synchronize that back to into enterprise processes without friction. So they should be able to do it from the field, without coming back to their desk or anywhere. So that's kind of a feature or a connectivity that this feature provides between the backend system, back office teams, and frontline teams. So the solution is not just either independently either forms or a ERP or anything. So it's how digital forms and Oracle Maintenance Cloud are complementing each other and providing a connected operational solution. Oracle Maintenance Cloud provides enterprise-grade asset maintenance, preventive scheduling, and work order management, whereas Forms extends that capability into the field by enabling real-time capture of inspections, checklists, and incidents at the point of work, even offline. Together, they create a closed-loop process. Oracle plans and governs the work, and digital forms operationalize execution in the field, and the resulted data, observations, and actions flow back into Oracle for visibility, history, and control, which further can be used for a predictive insights. So this is why I often describe digital forms as the missing execution layer between strategy and field reality. So let's look into a couple of benefits with the a very good digital forms tool, which is having all the capabilities that are mentioned above. So how, what benefits that customers should look into or they get when they go for a complete solution. So from a maintenance point of view, the benefits are strong and very practical. Organizations can shift from reactive to preventive maintenance, gain real-time visibility into equipment health, reduce unplanned downtime, empower technicians with mobile access because they're going to do all the execution in real time in the field, and extend asset a lifetime while deferring capital expenditure. So all the unplanned downtime and the unplanned downtime cost will go down. The value here is not only speed, it is quality of execution. When technicians perform inspections digitally in a standardized format with evidence and structured when I say evidences, they can capture photos, they can take videos, and they can highlight what's the observation uh, on the asset or in the field. The maintenance organization gets better decisions, better traceability, and better reliability outcomes. And let's see a couple of benefits with respect to a safety domain, right? So the EHS side, the benefits are equally compelling. Teams can identify hazards faster, maintain digital evidence for audits, automate incident to action workflows, generate safety analytics, and reduce compliance gaps and penalties. If you notice, I mean, that all of these benefits come from the same principle. One is like structured field data captured once at the source and connected to follow-up workflows. That is what turns complaints from a reactive reporting exercise into a proactive operating capability. For many organizations, this is where maintenance and safety and even operations all together start to align better because both are using the same digital execution model. As I mentioned earlier, the same tool can be extended to multiple departments or domains within the industry, and they can use the same execution model. So the next couple of slides, I'm going to showcase how digital forms can be structured and utilized for a couple of key use cases in the industry. So basically, digital forms are not just for a data capture. They become the execution layer that extends Oracle Maintenance Cloud into the field for maintenance, EHS, and operation teams through mobile use, offline capability, structured workflows, and traceable completion records. So let's look into the first use case. So I'm going to talk about each use case here, and quickly I'll show a couple of the product demonstrations. I think you'll get some context how this one single tool or a solution can be um, utilized for multiple use cases. So this particular use case is basically a preventive maintenance checklist. So this is often the fastest and most visible starting point for customers because it directly improves PM, I mean, which is preventive maintenance execution quality. So with a configurable form builder, teams can create rich inspection forms with sections like a logic, mandatory fields, readings, photos, signatures, and role-based visibility. So this checklist can be scheduled against a preventive work order, so technicians receive the right task in the right context as part of the Oracle maintenance process. So if there are a preventive maintenance records or a preventive maintenance work orders are scheduled uh, based on the preventive maintenance type of parameters. So there is a capability where you can schedule these uh, different checklists. So the right checklist will be assigned to right preventive maintenance order based on the parameters that you set. So the real value appears in execution, where technicians can perform checklist online or offline, capture issues, because while they execute this inspection checklist against a preventive maintenance work order, if they observe any other issues, they can capture immediately along with the photo and evidences and rest of the information. So these issues can be taken as a follow-up actions, and it goes back to maintenance team, and they can analyze and look into that issue, and later they can be either convert into a work order or maybe a close within the issue level. So this creates a maintenance history, audit proof, and a direct path from inspection finding to follow-up action. This is how you can predict, or it's not just a predict. Basically, you're preventing the major breakdowns. I'll quickly show a quick solution demo of this feature. So this is one of the tool where the tool is integrated with the Oracle Maintenance Cloud. You can see a couple of orders coming from Maintenance Cloud to the mobile solution. So this work order has already integrated with a checklist. Now you can see this checklist has all the information along with the asset details and like couple of yes or no questions. And there are multiple types of these task types are available with this digital forms tools. So you can do yes or no questions, text, number, or a table format questions where you can ask multiple parameters of a single asset or a spare part, and you can do multiple entries with respect to where you want to capture more than one or a recordings. And you can set threshold values as well, where the value is either lower threshold value, upper threshold value, then it will ask like a whether you want to raise an issue, or is it okay that reading, or take some notes or capture evidences. So all that kind of conditions can be set while designing the form, and it will be very easy for the technicians who execute these checklists in the field. For them, it will be very easy digitally to capture all this information, because it's easy to understand, it's easy to execute, easy to fill the data real time, and everything that they are capturing real time, it will be saved sorry, automatically, so that they don't lose any data at any point of time. And the good part is, whatever that checklist gets filled and executed, it will be saved against that work order, and it goes back to Oracle Maintenance Cloud against that work order as a PDF document, so that at any point of time, back office teams, they can go back and see what data and that executed, and further can be analyzed and utilized for uh, preventive maintenance schedulings and changes. The next use case is incident management. Again, it's the same tool, but the use case is different. So this is where digital forms becomes a strong bridge between operations, maintenance, and the safety. So with an AI-powered form builder, organizations can standardize incident capture whilst still supporting site-specific workflows. They can define multi-level forms that include incident details, immediate response, corrective actions, preventive actions, investigation findings, and final closure. Because the process can run both online or offline, incidents can be logged immediately at the point of occurrence. And when the incident hasn't involved any equipment or a maintenance dimension or a people environment, it can connect directly into Oracle maintenance processes for inspections, work orders, and corrective execution. So anything with respect to asset related, if they find any observations while execution, they can raise a follow-up action, so that future in the future, maybe scheduler can convert, a planner or a scheduler can convert that into a maintenance work. So quickly, let me show you how incident management use case as covered using a digital forms tool. I'll just run with a little faster. So this is again, checklist has been defined with the same tool. So now you can see incident report. So this incident report has a multiple section. It starts with the first report where the incident has been found, and you can enter all these details, and also you can see image patterns based on different type of incidents that gives a kind of instructions to the safety teams, what instructions they have to follow in certain incident cases. So they have to fill like when happened, where, and who kind of a witness, and if they see any follow-up responsibilities. And so this incident report can be converted into a multiple sections, whereas the one person might be entering the initial incident details, and then you can assign it to another person for investigation, where the second person will come and do the investigation process. But again, this entire uh, the record of data will be available in single incident process. So this complete uh, process can be configured using a tool. And of course, all this information, this is pretty much a standard incident reporting, right? Incident management process where you can see. So this all this information, if you have a different process in your case, you can define your questions, you can define your um, uh, the workflow, like what is the initial process, what is next, then when to take corrective actions, preventive actions, when to complete the investigation findings. So you can define these stages, and you can also define who are kind of responsible for that particular stage of the incident management. So when it comes to especially preventive or corrective actions, where uh, the teams might enter more than one corrective and preventive action, so it's not a static screen, whereas dynamically these forms will provide, it allows safety technicians, officers to enter multiple corrective actions and preventive actions within the same incident management process using digital forms tools. So that is another use case of digital forms. And I'll be covering the next use case is near miss reporting. So the third use case, near miss reporting, and this is one of the most powerful examples of proactive safety because it allows organizations to act before an incident actually occurs. So a mobile first near miss form makes it easy for operators, technicians, or a safety technicians, safety officers to report unsafe situations quickly. The form can capture essential data such as date, time, location, type of near miss, description, potential consequence, and if there is any immediate action already been taken, that, and support evidence. Most importantly, observations can be routed into corrective actions, follow up tasks, or a maintenance work when the near miss is related to asset condition or some kind of issue with the, or a maintenance or asset. So over time, that creates a, a history, sorry, which is like a near miss intelligence that helps organizations identify recurring patterns and high risk areas so that they can take actionable, kind of actions which could prevent a major high risk, problems. I'll quickly show the same tool how it can be used for a near miss reporting. So this is a very simple form. It will be available for anybody in the operations, maintenance, safety, or any teams. Anyone can use it. It will be available in their mobile application so that anybody who finds the near miss or any kind of that such incidents, they can quickly capture using these simple forms, and these forms are fully 100% configurable with respect to, and if you want to configure different for our different departments, that is also possible. You can define any number of forms, and you can change any number of time versions. So always the new version will be available for technicians or frontline teams. So they can capture photos using the forms. They can capture notes, and they can capture observations, and they can, of course, in any case, if you need like who is the person entering, and if you want to capture the signature of the person or while approving it, so they can capture that information using this simple forms capability. Let's go to fourth use case, which is a safety checklist. So this includes toolbox talks, permit checks, lockout, tagout verification, or a personal protective equipment compliance, confined space readiness, contractor safety, and area inspections. So the reason this matters is consistency. Digital safety checklists use structured multi-level or multi-step workflows with a conditional logic, attachments, and approvals, so inspections are complete and aligned with compliance requirements across sites. So this capability, like we have workflows, we have approval process, and these checklist, uh, and this checklist every time it's need not to go to any backend ERP system, so you can maintain yourself, and the data can be again utilized for analysis and reporting. So, and field teams can execute these inspections from mobile devices, as earlier mentioned, offline, and raise observations along with evidences, and they can report any non-compliance findings in real time. I'll be playing quickly how this works in real time in the application. So this is general industry safety inspection form which we created. So where you have the details of the form and couple of questions, and you can maintain instructions along with the photos, and or you can also add a PDF or any kind of a documents for instructions. Also, you can add a simple safety related images, or any hazard areas you can mention, or you can mention some instructions like wear helmet, wear PPE, right, wear glasses, right. So those kind of instructions are with a visible images we can mention here. And as I mentioned, so these forms allow the conditional logics as well. If any such critical questions, if you say no, so where you want to ask why that is a no for a particular question, so you can ask extra notes or attachments, or you can also automatically set a condition that if technician enters response as a no, automatically it opens up a issue screen where they have to raise a follow-up or an observation or an issue when they see such cases. So all those capabilities by default out of the box available with such digital forms tool. And as I mentioned, so this is out of the box integrated with Oracle Maintenance, where it uh, both way it talks with a cloud to receive asset data and send back the executed data back to cloud, where it saves against a work order. If it is an independent, the data will be available with the backend system of digital forms, which further can be utilized for analysis and reporting. So I've also took the another use case, which is a risk assessment and hazard reporting. This takes a digital forms beyond inspection and reporting into structured risk assessment. So, so I mean, companies, organizations can guide users through hazard identification, risk scoring, control evaluation, mitigation planning, and approvals in a standard digital workflow that creates consistency in how likelihood, severity, and exposure are assessed across maintenance and safety and of course operations. And also technicians or frontline teams can report hazards directly from the field, including photos and contextual details. And those hazards can then be linked to corrective and preventive actions, inspections, or maintenance work orders. So let's quickly we can look into how risk assessment, hazard identification works with the solution. So all these you can define as an independent, reportings, and if you don't want to give access every, these use case to every team, so that can also be controlled. So because you can assign it to either a particular group of users or independent individual users, technicians, so they'll get access to only that particular forms, because all this can be controlled using user roles and responsibilities. And this information, as I mentioned, it's all the executed data which is available in the form of reports in the digital forms builder tool, where you can build your own reports using the all the data that is executed from the field. So in this case, it's a hazard, inspection and reporting. So where again all this information is filled, and whereas the risk assessment, you can define the question such a way that if the likelihood and severity based, the response and scoring will be done using the conditional logics, and it will automatically appears while technician entering the data, and that goes back to back office, and they can decide what to do next, like whether it is to convert into a work order or some other follow-up action, or any kind of a maintenance or operation related or safety related work once the execution gets completed. Yeah, I think we are on top of the hour, so I've covered most of the key use cases here. And if anybody is interested and they want to try these forms for free, this is available, and they can access these forms for free, and they can play with it. They can create their own forms, and they can see how these forms are working in real time, right? So, and feel free. So you can use these forms for free, and then you can look at and suggest and compare it with your real time use cases. So with that saying, I'll open the session for a Q&A. Any questions?
I don't see any questions that have come through. I just want to say thank you again while we're waiting, Madhu, to see if there are any questions. Thank you so much for your partnership with OATUG. This is a lot of great information that I know our members will be happy to see. For our attendees, thank you for being here. And if there are no questions, then that would conclude today's webinar. Do you see that Madhu has put his contact information in on the screen? So definitely reach out to him if you have questions afterwards. With that,
Great. Thank you.
Yep, thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye.